Welcome back to Success Mashup Radio. I've got Mike Sanderson here, the owner of Renew Private Lending at renewprivatelending.com. And Mike Sanderson is a private lender. He's been doing this for over 25 years. He's the owner of basically Renew Private Lending, which is an impact investing fund and also a private investing business, which we'll get into in a little bit. It's a little bit confusing, but I'm going to let Mike explain that. But he's been doing this for, like I said, over 25 years. He has a ton of experience with real estate investing, property management. He's been the Pierce County Master Builders Association. He's been a member of the Pierce County Master Builders Association with over 600 members. President in 1995. He was also the president of the Puget Sound Real Estate Exchange. Sorry about that. I'm having a problem talking today. But as a licensed real estate broker, he's been managing broker and president of Sandco Properties since 1977. Okay, not back in 2003 when everything got hot. He's been doing this since 1977. Okay, he's a residential property management company, which is Sandco Properties is a residential property management company located in Tacoma, Washington. So Mike has been around the block a few times when it comes to real estate investing, property managing, buying homes for cheap, selling them for more, lots of those types of things. We're going to talk a little bit about private lending, but he's been doing this for a long time. So, Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate coming on. I like this topic. My parents, a lot of people in my parents' age group are always, all they have on their mind, it seems like, is 401k and IRA and just, safe, how they can keep their money safe. But at the same time, what can they do? I don't think very many people realize really what they can do, and especially somebody that wants to, take it into their own hands and do it themselves, that they can do some of the options there are out there. Right? Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what private lending is.
Well, basically, it's making money like the banks do. You sort of take the place of the bank and lend money to, in our case, we lend to small builders and remodelers in our community, and we stay real short term, like 6 months. Okay.
So if somebody was they had their money in there, tell me the difference between having their money in a 401k or a CD, or if it's in an IRA and they're thinking, well, it's in there. How many people do you think don't really realize that they can actually take the money out of an IRA or a 401k and move it into like a real estate investment fund?
Yeah, it's only a small percentage of people understand that, and we'll actually have a video on our website that'll explain all that.
Really,
and give you access to some of the custodians that you need to go to.
Okay. So I talked about impact investing. So tell me what is impact investing? Because I'd never heard of it before I talked with you.
Right. Yeah, it's basically where you consider obviously every investor wants to consider the kind of return they're going to get, but you also consider kind of the social and environmental impact of your investment. So you want to do something you can really feel good about with your money.
Okay. So if somebody decides to be a private investor, or they decide to maybe work with you with Renew Private Lending and get into, would they be considered being a private investor, or would they be investing their money with Renew Private Lending, and then you guys would be the private investor?
Right.
Is that how it would work?
Correct.
Okay. So tell me the whole impact of the concept of doing good and impact investing and doing social good kind of comes, I guess, with what you guys are doing with the money, right? With the whole.
Correct.
Okay.
For example, we just closed a loan about 2 weeks ago where the house is the absolute eyesore of the neighborhood. The neighbors are really don't care for it at all, and the house is a really good, solid house, but it's been neglected. And in fact, the entire backyard is filled with blackberry bushes, like 6 feet tall. The yard hasn't been taken care of at all. The inside of the house is just trashed. And so the investors the builder that I financed will go in there and totally take everything apart right down to the studs. He'll start with that and bring all the insulation up to date and put new energy-efficient windows in, new wiring, new plumbing, all that kind of stuff, and then go all the way through it and do the new cabinets, of course, sheetrock and paint and and carpet and so forth. So it'll be a really, really nice family home. But more important, it'll be something that looks good in the neighborhood. We even have the crews that are out there working every day. A lot of times the neighbors will bring them cookies because they're so happy that someone is turning this eyesore into something that really fits the neighborhood and doesn't bring the value of their property down.
Okay, and so if somebody is investing in that and they're using their money to, and you guys are doing these projects with a real estate investment fund or with this private investing, then they get to kind of see the whole process.
Right.
And so they're like a part of it.
Right.
Okay, so for example, a lot of people out there, well, maybe not as many now as a few years back, want to put their money in real estate and develop rental properties and a portfolio of passive income. I know I used to have a lot of rentals, and I'm going to be honest with you, it got old. I just hate those phone calls of fixing a toilet, fixing something, trying to get replace a renter that moved out. I mean, it was just on and on and on and on. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's the last thing I ever want to do again. So, but you're telling me I could basically get the returns I could still be a property manager without being a property manager? Is that kind of sort of?
Well, we don't actually take ownership to the property. We position ourselves like the bank, and we're the lender on the property.
Okay.
Now, we take security in what's called a deed of trust. So in case the borrower doesn't pay us back, we can step into their position and protect our investment.
Oh, okay.
But we don't actually take title to the property.
Gotcha. Which is even really better. It's a better position, right?
Way better for management.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool. But because you have this experience, you are the investor in the bank, but you've been doing the management, real estate investing, and property management and flipping homes your whole career.
You bet.
So you understand it better than anybody.
Yeah, it's really important to understand that because we build relationship with good, solid builders and small remodelers, and it's really having that background and that knowledge helps because we really know which guys to work with and which guys not to work with, and it really is a benefit.
Okay. So tell me, if somebody, give me a situation of an example of what somebody would want to do. Let's just say if I'm 65 years old and I want to maybe do something a little bit different with some of my retirement money. What would you not necessarily recommend? Let's say I wanted to get into private investing. What would I do? Or how could I find out more about you, I guess, even?
Well, we'll have a lot of information on our website, renewprivatelending.com, as you mentioned. But just depends upon what a person's needs are. Most people, as we get older, you want to increase your passive income, but you don't want to buy yourself a job.
Right.
Like owning and managing rental properties is a job.
Exactly.
And that's what most people don't want to do.
Okay.
And so by being passive in this, we basically handle all the details in this type of thing. And I've seen people try to do it on their own before, and I've had a lot of different ones come to me over the years and just have seen them make various mistakes. That there's just, even though the concept is simple, there's a lot of moving parts. Okay,
so if somebody comes in there that they want to actually become their own private lender or private investor and manage the entire project, if they've never done it before, there's definitely a lot of moving parts.
Absolutely.
That people need to look out for. And they can find out more information at your website, renewprivatelending.com. But if they wanted kind of the hands-off version of it, they could even just invest with you guys, and you guys would kind of handle right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, very cool. Okay, so somebody could still have a safe investment. Tell me if I'm wrong here. I just want to kind of clear up because it's pretty confusing, I think, for some people. So somebody could actually be in the position to potentially have a very safe, long-term investment with their retirement income, which they could move from their IRA or 401k without having the penalties, or a CD, but actually get generate a passive income, kind of higher returns than you would typically you probably can't say that, but typically expect from like a CD or a bank, but you're without all the headaches of managing properties.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think it's a cool concept. I love it. So we're gonna have to go to break here, so I'm gonna have to get going here. But I think it's a really, really cool concept. Anybody out there that is interested in it, go to renewprivatelending.com. You're going to have, you said, some free videos on there that people can take a look at.
And there's a free ebook and some other information. And certainly I'm happy to talk with people, too, and just discuss their particular needs.
Okay, great. And do you have a phone number to call in case somebody wants to call?
Sure, 253-318-3600.
All right, sounds good. All right, we'll be back in about 1 minute. to have a little roundtable discussion on customer service and how it relates to today's businesses and how bad really is it out there. All right, we'll be back with Success Mashup Radio.